The Imperial-Royal Landwehr, also called the Austrian Landwehr, was the territorial army of the Cisleithanian or Austrian half of the Austro-Hungarian Empire from 1869 to 1918. Its counterpart was the Royal Hungarian Landwehr. The two Landwehrs, together with the Common Army and the Imperial and Royal Navy, made up the armed power of Austria-Hungary. Unlike the German Empire, where the Landwehr mainly comprised reservists and volunteers, the Imperial-Royal Landwehr consisted of regular units. It was fully established with regular troops and not partly mobilized cadets. The Landwehr should not be confused with the Landsturm, which was a volunteer militia. History. The roots of the Landwehr go back to the 16th century, when the war calls on all able-bodied men to defend the country. During the Napoleonic Wars, a Landwehr was established by imperial decree dated 9 June 1808 as a standing and common institution to complement the regular Austrian army. This army was used in 1809 and in 1813/14. In 1859, the Landwehr was abolished. After the Austrian Empire had lost the war against Prussia, the Kingdom of Hungary succeeding in gaining its independence from the Austria in the Austro-Hungarian Compromise in 1867. Hungary now wanted its own forces under command of the Hungarian government alongside the existing Imperial and Royal Army and Navy, which were commanded by the Emperor and Austro-Hungarian Minister of War. So the compromise included the right of Hungary to establish the Royal Hungarian Landwehr, often colloquially known as the Honved. As a consequence, the Cisleithanian counterpart of the Honved, known as the Imperial-Royal Landwehr, was established in the kingdoms and lands represented in the Reichsrat, i.e., the remaining Empire of Austria. Its tasks were finally confirmed in 1889 in the Austrian Defense Act as follows. Section 4. The Landwehr is tasked in time of war to support the army and to defend the homeland in peacetime and by exception, also to maintain law and order and security of the homeland. In Section 14 Wehrgesetz 1889, the annual recruiting quota for the Landwehr was set at 10,000 men. Conscription in the Landwehr was from age 21 up to 32 and included 2 or 3 years on active duty. The one-year volunteer served just 1 year, but received no wages and had to pay for their own equipment. After age 32, conscripted Landwehr soldiers were transferred to the Landsturm militia. As there were more conscripts available than were needed, a lot decided who was assigned to the army, who to the militia and who to the reserve. The Landwehrs March No. 1, which Beethoven composed in 1808 as the March of the Bohemian Landwehr, is known nowadays as the York March. As an element of the Grand Tattoo, performed e.g. by the Bundeswehr, it is now one of the best-known German military marches. Colors. The Imperial-Royal Landwehr initially had no colors. However, in September 1915, Emperor Franz Joseph I granted the authority for the M1915 colors in recognition of exceptionally meritorious achievements by the Imperial Landwehr, which was then manufactured under the supervision of the Army Museum in 1916. These were to be handed over to the various regiments after the war. The process was regulated by the ordinances of the Imperial-Royal Landwehr Standard Regulations, Part 22, dated 8 September 1915, in which the procedure for the award of colors was laid down by special order 4 September 1915, presentation number 14256. For this, the following letter was issued: His Imperial and Royal Apostolic Majesty, in gracious recognition of late of the exceptionally meritorious achievements by the Imperial-Royal Landwehr, which fought throughout the recent war alongside troops of the Imperial and Royal Army, demonstrating stalwart and faithful discharge of duty before the enemy, and repeatedly earning the very highest tribute, graciously condescends to permit the Imperial-Royal Landwehr troops to bear colors, in view of the design and material requirements of these colors, as well as the production and ceremonial presentation. They will only be available after the end of the war. This very highest act of grace is intended to spur the troops of the Imperial-Royal Landwehr further to new deeds of heroism and, of course, by further brilliant performance against the enemy, will prove their worthy, time and again, of this most high honor. Fry Evan Georgi M.P. General of Infantry. The colors were not issued during the period of the monarchy, but only later to traditional units. How many of these colors were made is not known. Records show that at least the colors of the 2nd Linz Landwehr Infantry Regiment were transferred to the Kameradschaftsbund der Himmeliger Vierschützen in Linz on 8 June 1924. Also, the existence of the colors of the 1st Vienna Imperial-Royal Landwehr Infantry Regiment are known to have existed. Structure: the Austrian Landwehr reported to the Imperial-Royal Ministry of Defense. The K. State Ministry of Defense was located in Vienna at Babenberger Straße 5. The Landwehr High Command was housed on the first floor of the former Imperial Department of Justice at Schillerplatz 4. Landwehr staffs and the Landwehr Base Command were quartered in private homes. During the First World War, the K. Ministry of Defense was responsible under the War Office for Homeland Defense. The Landwehr had its own barracks, depots and officer training establishments. The training of Landwehr officers took place in the Imperial-Royal Franz Joseph Military Academy in Borja-Vegas in Vienna, one of 5 military academies in Austria-Hungary. In addition, there was a military upper school in Vienna and a military lower school in Bracken der Leitha. The Landwehr barracks in Vienna were the Kaiser Ebersdorf Landwehr Artillery Barracks, the Emperor Franz Joseph Landwehr Barracks and Siebenbrunn and Gasse Landwehr Barracks. Next to the last named barracks was the Landwehr Equipment Depot. The Imperial-Royal Landwehr Arms Depot was the arsenal in Vienna. The Imperial-Royal Landwehr was the standing army of Austria responsible for the defense of Austria itself. Its order of battle at the outbreak of the First World War was as follows: 35 infantry regiments, each of 3 battalions. 6 regiments of lancers, 8 field artillery battalions, 8 field howitzer battalions. The mountain infantry had the following units: 2 mountain infantry regiments, the 4th and 27th, 4 Tyrolean rifle regiments, from January 1917 named Imperial Rifles, 1 mounted Tyrolean rifle battalion, 1 mounted Dalmatian rifle battalion. Although the Landwehr infantry regiments were weaker in personnel than Imperial and Royal infantry regiments, they were often superior in terms of equipment. The parliaments of Cisleithania and Transleithania were rather more willing to support their troops with financial resources than the common army. A special feature was the title of the Landwehr regiments, which bore the name of the garrison location of the regimental star. The same was true of the state's rifle units, which also belonged to the Landwehr. In this way, the closeness of each regiment with its garrison was emphasized.